Welcome to week 9 of the process modeling unit online recording video. In this week, we will continue with the part 2 of the steady-state simulation of distributed system. Last week, we have discussed the use of shooting method to solve a set of ordinary differential equations that belongs within the steady-state distributed models. So, finite difference method can be used to solve a boundary vary problem. This method works by dividing the space dimension into a set of mesh points. And basically what you do is you approximate the derivative or you replace the derivative as the differences between successive mesh points. The approximation replaces the ordinary differential equation so that one equation is obtained for each mesh point, which results in a large algebraic system. The basic steps for this method are as follows. So you choose a mesh on the interval A to B so that the mesh has n internal grid points. It is often convenient to choose fixed mesh grid, meaning that you have the same increments, so that the step size in here will be h is equal to the final minus the initial value divided by n plus 1, so that the next value of the xi plus 1 will be equal to xi plus h. So imagine if you have this kind of mesh, okay, where you have equal increment, for example, and then you take this one is I, this one is I plus 1, this one is I minus 1, this one I minus 2, this one is I plus 2. Okay, that will be how you look into this mesh basically. Then you can approximate the derivative by the difference method. The most common method is the center difference approximation. Okay, for a first order derivative, that means xi plus 1 minus xi minus 1 divided by 2h. So you are taking the things in here, xi plus 1 minus xi minus 1, and since you have these two increments in here, that means this one is h, this one is h, so the total will be 2h. Okay. The next one is that you apply the approximation to the ordinary differential equation for each mesh point. This results in n equations, and you note that the points outside the interval like x minus 1 or x n plus 2 can occur in the equations. Then you apply also the approximation to the boundary conditions. Okay, then this particular method is used a method of fictitious points. Once you get all of this, then you can solve the algebraic equation system. Okay, if the ordinary differential equations and the boundary conditions are linear, the equation system is also linear and can be solved by Gaussian elimination. If the ODE and the BC are nonlinear, then you need a nonlinear solver like Newton method. Okay, then in a finite difference method, we will discuss a center difference approximation. Okay, the simplest center difference method is of second order. Different finite difference approximation can be derived using Taylor expansion. The first order approximation is based on Euler approximation as forward or backward. So this one is forward and this one is backward. Because imagine you have 3 points in here. Okay, if forward, that means if you have this one is I plus 1 and I minus 1. Forward meaning this one minus this one divided by h. Okay, backward meaning this one minus this one divided by h. Okay, the second order approximations of a first order derivative can be approximated by the mean of two simple differences. So you add the forward plus the backward one, then divide it by 2. Okay, then you get this one, which is basically this one minus this one divided by the total length that basically lies between the I plus 1 and I minus 1. Okay, and then the second order derivative can be approximated by the difference between two simple derivative approximations. So you minus the forward one with the backward one and divide it by h. This is what you will get essentially. Okay. Now let's go into example for the finite difference method. How you apply the finite difference method basically. This particular problem is the same with the previous problem on the shooting method, where we have a tubular reactor with dispersion. The first step will be the selection of grid. Let's say we choose two internal points, and then we take a length of 0.35. Okay, so that means this will be our value of n will be 2, n equal 2. So we divide 0.35 by 3. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically four points in here. Okay, with 2 internal points. Okay, and then we select the discretization method. So we choose the center difference of the first derivative of the second order derivative according to these expressions in here and this expression in here. Okay. We have derived previously these equations for the tubular reactor with dispersion that I don't need to repeat again in here. So you want to refer to your previous week derivations and the additional materials. Okay, then we replace this dc over dz with this center difference approximations, and also this second order derivative with this finite difference approximation. Okay, so we have this after we move everything into the left hand side and also this term into the left hand side, then we have this particular expression. This can be expressed in the matrix form as this. Okay, I will discuss the derivations in a bit more detail in terms of the steps in my next part of the video. Okay, for this particular scenario where we haven't really substituted the one that is unknown in terms of the known ones, then we have this c minus 1 and c4. Then we need to replace later this c minus 1 and c4 with something that is known. Okay. The fourth step will be applying the discretization on boundary conditions. Okay, so these boundary conditions that we have, these two that we have, we need to replace that one. So again, we replace in here the derivative term with the finite difference approximations. Okay, likewise this dc over dz we also do the same as well. We replace with the finite difference approximations in here. This is for the outer points. This is on the initial in the initial outer point, and this one is on the final outer points basically. Okay, once we do that, then we can replace this c minus 1 in terms of the c1 and c0 and c in, and then c4 can be replaced by to be equal to c2. Okay, this one comes from bc1, this one comes from bc2. Then we can substitute this c minus 1 and put them into the equations, and this one also c4 we can replace it with c2 and put them into the equations. Then we can obtain a matrix consisting of a system of 4 linear equations in here as shown in here. Then this will be later be coded into MATLAB. Okay, the d factor elements, the one in here basically is expressed in terms of this in terms of this. Okay, and when we add all these things together, all of these together, when we add all of them together, they will be equal to this one. Okay, when we add all of this, then it's basically we express this AODA multiplied by this C is equal to B, which can be solved easily in using MATLAB. Okay, I will discuss the derivations and the MATLAB coding in connections with the matrix in my next video. Thank you for listening.